You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Salimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart, and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. If you are worried about the economy and the state of it, this is the episode for you. We're going to make you more worried. No, I'm kidding.
Absolutely.
Hello, James.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What are we talking about today?
Well, it's been I think we're in a bit of a changing juncture in the New Zealand economy. So I think we'll have a look and see what's happened have a bit of a chat about what's happened here in the last few weeks, since the Christmas holidays and stuff like that.
Awesome. Tell me, what's been happening?
Well, I think we've got a very interesting situation going on. And if those people have been following what's happened in Australia a little bit, every time when they started lowering interest rates over there, the inflation bumped up over 3%. So it's kind of meant they can't get the economy going is quite in the way they want to. And whilst we've had interest rates being lowered here, the OCR, towards the end of last year, some quite big drops. But we did see the banks all lift their fixed interest rates middle of December, didn't we, over a couple of weeks? And that surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere. It sort of blindsided a lot of people that were still hoping the interest rates will continue to either go down or stabilize. And then all of a sudden it's on the way up.
Yeah.
Everyone's panicking. Everyone's trying to fix, and everyone's going, what the hell's going on now? And what's next? So what's next?
Well, what's next is, I think we've got inflation out tomorrow. There's some inflation data out tomorrow, but the most recent one came out at 3%. So that is right on the upper limit of what the Reserve Bank wants to see. I think they want to see somewhere between 1% and 3%. So if inflation is sitting at 3%, and if it's showing signs of even increasing a little bit from there, there's certainly not going to be any more interest rates cuts. The next move would likely be up. I'm not saying it's going to happen in the next few months, but you could see that in the middle to late period of the year. If that inflation does come in over 3%, we're certainly not going to get any cuts, and it would indicate that the next move will be up. And so if you're thinking of this from a mortgage point of view, I'm not saying rush out there and set your fixed mortgage, but you certainly should be considering it if you want a good long-term fixed rate. I think you need to be, if that suits your circumstances, I think you certainly need to be considering that.
Yeah, and there are still some good rates out there for longer terms. We still got 2s and 3s that we can find under 5%.
Yep.
So 2-year and 3-year under 5%. And even over 3 years, they're still sitting under 5.5.
Yep.
So that's quite good considering where we've come from. Because over the last 24 months, we've been sitting in quite high 6s and 7s.
Yep.
So definitely positive change that we've seen. But if you want to avoid going back to the 6s and 7s, maybe it's a good time too.
I do think so. And just as an idea of how quickly things can change, I was talking to an investor middle of December, and we were looking at, and he wants a 5-year rate. So he wanted to lock in a 5-year rate at 5%. That was our goal. And things just took a lot longer than normal to process because he wasn't based in New Zealand, he was based overseas. So we missed out on the 5-year at 5%, and now we're looking at, it's just under 5.5.
Yeah.
So that's quite a big, 0.5% is quite a big jump for him to get his head around. So that's a little bit disappointing, but you just can't, sometimes you just cannot forecast how quickly these things are going to change.
No. And the other thing I've been hearing as well is that when the bankers that are working in markets, so that's your shares, traders, they've been fixing for long terms. So if they're fixing for long terms, obviously they're seeing something on the market that the change is coming. The rates are coming back. So those that are floating, I know a lot of clients last year left their loans on floating because they were hoping that the rates will come down. And I think now is the good time to go and sit down with a financial advisor. One of us or anyone, just reach out to someone, but have a chat and have a look at your loans. Don't just leave it too long for floating. Even the floating ones have gone up recently as well.
Yeah.
A few of the main banks have lifted them slightly. And the other thing that lifted as well is the servicing rate.
Yeah.
So not many people are talking about it, but one of the main banks has also lifted the servicing rate, meaning they're tightening up how much you can lend. So we're seeing slight adjustments again. So I believe last year was a year of, hey, get on the property market, you know, the rates are coming down, the servicing is easing up. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
This year, I think, is all going to be about cautious.
Yeah. Cautious optimism, I think.
Yes.
And just from what I can pick up anecdotally, people in the construction industry, I know that they're getting a lot more leads in that area. I feel like that's improved a wee bit since the sort of middle to late period of last year, which is quite interesting. The economy's definitely picking up. And what's the other thing that I was going to mention?
The other interesting point as well that we always look at is the rent.
Yeah.
Apparently, there was a big article about how the rents should be dropping because the interest rates are easing and therefore the landlords should really pass on these cuts. But as I've been talking to a person in the office, I've tried to explain the landlords can't easily decrease the rents because all the other costs have been going up.
Yep.
So that's your rates and that's your insurances as well.
Absolutely.
So if you're a tenant and you're thinking, well, I'm listening to this, the interest rates are going down, my landlord should really give me a discount because my landlord is getting a discount. Yeah. Well, your landlord is only getting a discount in one element of life. But in all the other elements, when it comes to having a property, everything else has been going up.
And that discount that he might be getting on the interest rate, they may not be getting that straight away. They may be on a fixed loan, right, that's locked in for a couple of years. So just because the interest rate's coming down, it's not actually going to really benefit the investors. But the rates and insurance, I talk to a lot of people in the retired sector, and it's absolutely killing them because their pension hasn't gone up, but the insurance that they have to pay and the rates if they own a house has gone up phenomenally, and it's just unaffordable.
And I think the Wellington region is getting another review this year for the council rates.
Yeah.
And that usually sets your rates as well for the next 24 months or whatever it is. So
that'll be very interesting because Wellington is one of the areas that, you know, you're seeing a little bit of house price growth in some of the other
positive increase
in some of the other areas, not Auckland, but Wellington is one of the, I think it's down like 30% since the peak, the Wellington region. So if you're a new first home buyer or an investor in the Wellington region, I think it's a pretty awesome time to be having a chat to us because it will pick up again, but it would be interesting to see what the council does with the rates because there's a bit of a link, isn't there, between rates and property prices in theory.
There is.
That gets talked about a wee bit.
And there's also the water rates. There's a big beast of Wellington water that has been at a big debate. I think we should do a whole episode on Wellington water and how that's going to affect your property prices as well.
Yeah.
So this one has been a bit of a funny episode for you in order to understand where we're sitting. So just a quick summary. The economy looks like
I think we're improving. It's definitely improving.
But the follow-on side effect of that the interest rates may go back up again. So reach out, let's talk, let's find out if you're in the right place. Thank you, James.
No worries.
And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.